Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Music, Media, and More. We're going to talk about a few things here, but before we get started, I'm your host, Kaysha, and this is my co-host, Hannah.
Hi.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is Camila and Sean kissing at Coachella.
The reunion we've all been waiting for.
Our parents, correct. They weren't together, obviously. That's why this is a big deal.
They broke up. It's a fun fact.
Yeah, and they were just having a little
smooch.
All of Coachella, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, so
Interesting.
now
How long ago did they break up?
they broke up in 2021, and they were together for a couple years prior to that.
Yeah.
So
I knew they dated for a while. That's interesting. What's your opinion on him being homosexual?
What
are your thoughts?
I think this man's fruity. Based on all of my evidence from TikTok, this man is fruity.
Lyle's fruity.
However, I was watching videos that people had posted of them, and they're so cute. And yeah.
Before they broke up?
No, at Coachella.
Oh, are they back together?
Okay, I was gonna get there.
Okay.
Because, no, you're good. Because a cameraman, a couple people, went up to her and were like, "Are you guys back together?" And she said yes.
Oh.
So.
She confirmed.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's like obsessed with him, and she was very upset to hear that they got back together.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
So I don't know. I don't know if it's like her as a person or just that she wanted to date Shawn Mendes. I don't know like what her reasoning behind it is, but I wonder if that's like a commonality within the fandom. Like they don't like her. I know that I don't personally love her music.
Yeah.
But she's like a body positive queen, and I admire that. She like hasn't had work done.
Oh, period.
From what I can tell.
Yeah.
It looks like very much a natural body, and she is like, yeah, I'm a human. I have a stomach. Like, I'm not gonna hide that. So I'm a fan of that aspect of her. Her music's trash though. Havana, nah.
Okay, but like I kind of buzzed.
That to Havana?
If it comes on the radio, like I'm gonna be like, I'm kind of gonna get jiggy with it, of course. It's not gonna be in the rotation though of the playlist.
No.
What else does she sing?
I have literally no idea.
Oh wait, isn't their song together Señorita?
Oh yeah! I love it when you call me. Yeah. Okay. Miss Salsa.
Yeah, so that's another song.
So that is something else that can be sung. Yeah, but no. He looks weird in that. What is it? He looks like a dad.
He does look like a dad. If they, I guess I'm assuming that they are back together based on that one video I saw.
Oh, you saw it?
She confirmed, yeah.
She spoke it with her mouth, and you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just like a he said, she said.
Mm-mm.
Whoa.
Mm-mm.
Well, I hope they get married.
I wonder why all of the stans don't like her. That's my confusion.
I don't know of all of them.
Me either.
I'm basing it off Ryan and Ryan alone.
Shout out Ryan.
Shout out Ryan for being my Shawn Mendes source.
She would be Shawn Mendes.
Yeah, she is.
She screams that. Okay. Yeah, well, I love that for them, even though I think he's fruity, and that's okay. And
la 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 la
la la la la, correct. Anyway, for our next topic, we're gonna talk about this is Taylor. Taylor Swift, if I need to clarify. Yeah, this is her taking a dive. Have you?
What?
I know that you're not a Taylor Swift, or you're not a Swiftie.
I'm not a Swiftie.
But this is part of her performance, and I don't actually know what song it's for, but she like
What?
dives in and then like
Dives in what?
dives like into the stage, and then there's like a splash, and then there's like a graphic that goes right here, and she's like swimming all the way to the end. Anyway, then
The end?
it appears somewhere. Is what? Yeah. Listen, I didn't get tickets, but we're not gonna talk about that right now. But so I wouldn't
Still bitter
know.
about it. Is she wet when she comes out?
I don't know.
Like, does she jump into a pool for real?
Uh,
Like, where does she go?
I think that they're.
You know what I mean? Like,
Are you wet or not?
like that's intense right there.
Yeah,
That's a dive.
that's a dive.
Where does she go?
I don't know.
I'm curious.
There has to be like I think that she dives. There's padding for her to dive, okay? And then there's a little tunnel for her to run to the end. So like, yeah. So like she can follow herself as she's swimming. Have you seen this video?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Well, like the whole like catwalk, if you will, has her like swimming down into the very end. And so she's like, I'm assuming that she's walking underneath there as
Or
the timing is.
she's swimming.
Or she's literally swimming.
Michael Phelps type beat
Yeah.
under the stage.
I don't know.
And then appears.
Anyway, I wanted to talk about this, not because she's diving, but because I think it was her Tampa concert that just happened. Anyway, she went to go dive, and the splash like didn't splash, or she dove, or maybe she dove. I don't know. She dove after the splash. I don't remember, but it didn't like line up.
Didn't work.
Yeah, and then she also announced the wrong opener during that same thing. So now all of the Swifties, actually I take it back, maybe not the Swifties because Swifties, right? But everybody's calling it the Errors Tour instead of.
Oh my gosh.
So, how do you feel about that?
I'm confused that she doesn't have the same opener for the entire tour. That's not very common, right? Usually the opener travels with the band, right? And then they have the same opener.
Yeah, for the most part. However, there's like a lot of openers that will travel with them if they're like on this for like a North America tour, and then wherever else they go, she'll switch. But Taylor has like 5 different openers, I think. 5 different openers, and like
Throughout the whole.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they change periodically throughout whatever. So I think it's because she's different, you know. What I
She's
mean?
different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like she has to memorize a 45-minute. No, wasn't it like an hour and a half
Her show?
set list or yeah.
No, her show. It's
long.
3 hours.
3 hours?
I'm pretty sure, or
I
maybe
know
that's
it's
from start to
long.
the end, like with openers and stuff.
Whatever it is, it's long. You know?
It's incredibly long.
So
yeah.
it's like the last thing she has to worry about is the irrelevant person at the beginning.
Yeah, but the artists, like, they ask them to tour with them, to open for them.
You think she specifically asked them?
Yeah.
Called them up?
Yeah.
Hey,
I think she called Gracie and was like, "Hey-o,
Gracie?
Gracie Abrams."
Oh, that's who she...
I love her.
Okay,
anyway.
wait, now I'm angry. Just kidding.
Oh, I don't know if that's who she...
Oh.
I don't know which opener it was.
Mm.
But, yeah.
Did you know
Anyway.
that she's a Nepo baby?
Taylor?
Gracie.
I did see that one somewhere, but I didn't, like,
I saw
invest. I didn't invest.
I saw a singular TikTok.
No, me, too. And then I was
that
like, okay,
guy,
next.
that guy, like, looking it up during the show.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about, but...
And, like, so what?
Nah, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's just their life is easier. And we can be mad about it because our lives are so hard.
Period.
Is she a Nepo baby?
Taylor?
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to say no because,
Because you're a Swiftie.
but
Through and
maybe we
through.
should call up Ryan, or
Yeah.
she would know.
Ryan loves
Ryan,
Sean.
Ryan, real quick.
Ryan loves Taylor.
Is she gonna love Frank?
No.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So now it's no longer the Eras tour; it's her Errors tour, which is like so funny because I think that the public is so quick to like ruin.
Yeah, and they're so critical.
Yes.
Like, she had no, okay, maybe she did, because we don't know the context of her mess up in terms of the diving thing.
Sure.
But, like, odds are it was an error on the, like, sound, like, the behind the scenes people and not her.
Right.
So why is, like, that her fault? Why is she getting the backlash for it?
Well, also, artists have, like, the little head thing in so that when they're announcing what they're someone's reading to them in their ear what to say. Not all the time. Oh. But I feel like in Taylor's context, she would be
like
one of
dive now.
And go. And
dive.
jump.
And swim. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see if there's
that picture though.
I said I need something perfect. This was perfect.
It has me weak.
Anyway, we'll see if there's any other mess ups because I think that's the only like concert that's had problems. And so again, everybody was like, yeah.
How long is her tour? Like, how many
her
shows?
North America tour is.
Because she comes to Denver in June.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm not going, so we're not going to talk about that. Anyway.
How much would you pay for a ticket?
Well, I did have the opportunity to buy tickets. However, they ended up being like $450 or something like that for like. I should have been in space.
At that point.
At that point, yeah.
On a satellite.
Yeah, and I really wanted the openers. It was Muna and Gracie was the openers.
Oh, Muna.
So, I know.
You would have been able to see them.
I am seeing them finally.
Oh, good.
Bless. Anyway, okay, well, this is Taylor. I hope that she doesn't have any more mess ups because everybody is ruthless. So, yeah, this is Frank, and we're going to talk about Coachella again.
Up next,
real quick. Yeah, so this is...
Frank.
Well, this is Frank. There were a lot of problems and backlash with this whole thing. Like he came on late. He was only on for a short second. He was behind a screen the whole time. It was a mess.
Yeah.
So I know that you watched quite a bit about this.
I did, yeah. I love Frank Ocean. But apparently this was his first time performing live in 6 years. And so it was a big deal. And he was a headliner for Coachella, which is one of the biggest festivals, arguably. And and then he shows up an hour late, and then they have a curfew or something, so he had to leave. And they were like, oh, he left early. But I don't think he left early. I think he just showed up so late that they had to cut his set list. So fans were upset.
As I would be too.
Oh, me too.
Like, a lot of those people waited...
Yeah.
For like over 12 hours and camped out. Like, have you ever camped out for a show?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. It's brutal.
It's terrible.
I did it for Harry Styles twice.
It's awful.
One time I waited like 7 hours inside of this festival.
Yeah.
And then one time I camped in front of his, like, before, and then I think that was like 10 hours. And it's so miserable because there's not like nothing to do.
And you have to stay there, otherwise you're going to lose your spot.
Yeah, you can't
And it's not like, here it's not a normal, like, venue where you wait in line and then everybody goes in a linear way. And these people, like, the gate open and then you run.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw them sprinting for the front row.
Have you ever had to do that?
I mean, no. Because I was thinking of Red Rocks. That's sort of a free-for-all. I mean, you wait in a line for a really long time, but then it's a free-for-all because it's Jen. But no, I've never like ran for my life to see someone.
I did.
Oh, who?
Post Malone.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. And guess how far back I was? I could have been at home, honestly. It was so dumb because I was only like a couple rows behind like the first people in line at the fence or at the gate before they opened. Well, actually a fence before they opened the fence. Somehow I got put in the back.
You're not a track star.
I was not a runner or a track star in the moment. I felt like one though. I thought I was.
Sprinting.
Yeah.
That's actually more sad than like not trying.
It is because I put my legs, my heart, soul into that, and I didn't get anything.
You're sweat.
Yeah. So.
Hey, but it's Post Malone, so.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Post Malone showed up on time, right?
No.
Oh, well.
Nope. He was also an hour late, which was frustrating because, yeah.
You know what? Post Malone was a drug addict, though. I think he's clean now, so.
He's a little daughter.
What?
Anyway.
He has a daughter?
Mm-hmm.
How old?
Like,
Baby?
single digits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toddler to baby
Yeah.
range.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's a dad.
Aw. And I think he's clean, which I think is really cool.
Is he?
I don't know. I
Okay.
see TikToks about it, but I've never personally asked him.
Oh.
He hasn't responded to my emails.
Gotcha.
Yet.
He will though soon, right?
He's working on it.
Yeah, okay.
He's got a lot to go through.
Um,
But no, I'm disappointed in Frank. I feel like his fans are really die hard for him. They're sort of on the same level as the Swifties, I would say. Just like the indie version.
yeah.
And it's more like male based, maybe. Would you say?
Okay.
Demographic. So it's like less hated than Taylor Swift
True.
because she has the female fans.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he disappointed us as a Frank Ocean community.
Well, and not to mention, but they also didn't live stream this, and so like
yeah,
and so like everybody, one, paid so much money, two, spent so much time for this like blow up, for this to I would also be very unhappy and disappointed. So
yeah, they paid so much money. Coachella, man. Coachella.
And yeah, it was his first performance in 6 years, like you said, and then also his he's been dealing with his brother passing.
Yeah.
In 2020, I believe, or something.
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So like, there's a lot of TikToks too that are like giving him grace, but also being like, bruh.
No, that's his job. You don't give someone grace. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You show up on time, you perform
Yeah.
your set list, and then you leave, and you don't get grace for showing up an hour late, and then, like, no, that's ridiculous.
And then your show has to stop.
Yeah, he's known about this. He's been a Coachella headliner for like over a year.
Something like that.
Like, he had ample amount of time to prepare.
Well,
So-
and also, I think he didn't. He switched his set list before the show, and that's why like people are saying that he was an hour late. But like nobody knows why. But he like completely switched it up, and so like
10 minutes before, he's like, oh, actually, I'm not okay with this. Let me be an hour late so that all of my fans are disappointed.
Yeah, for real.
What?
For real.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb.
I think it's silly.
And also, instead of him, they had security dancing on the stage for him. So
Oh,
was
you
a ma-
mean
it was-
during his performance?
it
Or
was
like
either
while they're waiting for
think while
him
they
to
were
show?
waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because didn't you say that he wasn't on stage? Like he hid behind this screen. That's what this is. It's his screen. Like he was behind this. He never came out.
I believe so.
I think so. So that's weird too. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Well, I hope security was dancing. For the
I
people.
hope
Give
they
them
were.
something to watch.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, so maybe, and also lots of people spent their last Coachella day waiting for this man, for this performance.
Is Coachella over? Or is it? I thought it was next weekend too. But I don't know.
I'm not a Coachella-er.
You're not a
if you will.
Coachella-er.
No.
Really?
Maybe one day though.
Really?
Yeah.
I would never want to do that.
I want to experience it once. No?
No. That sounds like my worst nightmare.
I want to experience it once.
I went to that festival for Harry Styles,
Mhm.
and it was just, you couldn't leave, because that's the thing with
yeah.
Can you leave Coachella?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because you have to have like your campers and stuff. Yeah.
So you're stuck there.
Yeah.
And then you're just wound, like, all day, it's so hot in California, and you're just sweating and
Camping
miserable.
on these grounds,
and
yeah.
Camping on the grounds of the campground.
Campground. I would do it one night.
No, you would do it.
I would do it.
It would fit you. I would never. I would.
Love that for you, but for me,
But for me, that's a.
Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of Triple M. We hope you've enjoyed talking a little bit about Sean and his little girly, and Frank
Taylor.
Ocean and that mess, and Taylor's Errors tour. That's crazy. It's not eras, it's errors. It's been fun for sure, and we'll see what next week brings for us. I'm your host, Kaysha. This is my co-host, Hannah, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.